Today, I want to talk about the secret older people knew about walking the same road. Though we are in a world where they say variety is the spice of life. So a new route when you are doing your walking, whether morning walking or evening walking, has its own benefits and advantage. But if you look at it by and large, by what I've experienced on my own, walking the same routes gives you some benefits and blessings. In fact, if you look at the ancient times, the ancient people in those days have a route they take to the market, have a route they take to their farms, have a route they use to get to the fishing port. Now you see on the market day, all the women are on one road, either going or coming back. It's not that there is no benefit in taking another route if you choose to do that, but there is something common in the that brings synergy, cohesion, so many things. I don't want to get ahead of myself. With everybody takes the same route and they meet along the road, they greet, they ask about each other's welfare, they ask about how the family, the kids are doing, what did you buy, how much is it. So you see, this comes from everybody coming through the same route. It's strengthened community, children's bond with their parents, parents bond with their family, extended families who have not seen, all meet in the maybe like on the market day because everybody is coming or going through the same route. Okay, let's leave that. I have experienced benefits and blessings of choosing the same route. What are the benefits of using the same route? Number one, it removes the burden of where am I going? It's like sometimes my wife comes to me and she's like, what do we cook this evening? What do you want to eat? And I'm at loss about what I should eat. And she's like, what do you want? I don't know what I want. You know what to do now. And she said, if I know, I will not ask you now. I'm thinking, but I need your input. And then we go back and forth until we agree on something together. It's just two of us. The children are now gone out of the house. So it's the same thing with walking. You don't have that burden of where am I going to? Where should I walk today? What direction should I go today? Once you get up, your body knows where you are going to. You don't think it. You don't worry about it. You just get up and go. Number two advantage of walking the same road and route is Yoruba people say, the road that we are familiar with does not kill us. I can give you a personal experience. I hope my wife will not watch this video. I normally walk the same route, the same direction. Then there was a day I decided to reverse it and take the same. It was the same route, but now I took a reverse direction. Like if you are going like this before, and I decided to go this way. Towards the end of the walk, there is this area where I will cross a major road, and I did not see a bike riding towards me. This bike had no headlamps, had no pointers, had nothing on. The place was very dark. And as I just a few minutes, a few meters, I had just had phew at my back. This bike passed me, riding at full speed, without headlamps, without headlights, no horn, nothing. Now, if it was don't ask me if I look at the road very well. I looked very well. I looked left, I looked right. But if it was the area I was familiar with, maybe I would have noticed any little change. Okay, I'm okay. He did not touch me. He rode off like that, saying some things, and I say back to center. So there is a little bit of a problem if you are walking on a road you are not familiar with. Now, if there is a problem on the road that you are not familiar with, once you are moving on that road and you notice a change, let us say all of a sudden you discover that people are not on the road, it's unusually very quiet. You immediately know something is wrong. You can get a check in your spirit and you withdraw from that road, because if you're expecting crowd and you do not see crowd, it's a problem. Or you are going on that road, it's normally very quiet. All of a sudden, you are seeing crowd coming. And all the rest, you start asking yourself, what's going on here? So, the road you are familiar with does not kill you. It's a proverb. Another reason for me why I prefer a route that is constant is because in case my family needs me, they know where to get me. They know the route I walk through. Everybody knows where to get me at a moment's notice. So even if there's an emergency, maybe like, though by God's grace nothing will happen to me, maybe by the time I'm supposed to get back home, I am not back. They know where to go to look for me. So walking the familiar has an advantage of the fact that it is easy to locate you if you are needed. Walking a familiar route can help your mind to do certain things. I'll give you an example. If you are walking a route which you are very familiar with, your brain goes into automatic. You know how people say an old woman does not forget the dance routine she's familiar with. You see, so when you're walking on the familiar road that you always pass all the time, you are in the automatic. Your brain doesn't have to multitask where to go, how to go, which corner, what's the right turn, you are just walking, you are on autopilot. What happens after then? It frees your mind. That stress of where am I going is off. My mind is free to meditate. There are questions I ask myself. There are things I'm thinking about. I sort them out. There are things I need to let go. That's when I throw them out of my heart or my mind and I just go my way gently. I can meditate as I walk, or sometimes I can decide to prayerize my walking. So as I am walking, I am praying. As I'm walking, I am praying, and all the rest and all the rest. So these are some of the benefits that come with when you're walking on a familiar road. But if your mind is shifting, I hope I'm not lost, or I hope I've not missed the way, you discover that you cannot meditate properly. Another advantage of walking on a familiar road that you have repeated many times is it becomes like part of you. It becomes like this is part of me. Maybe this is me, or like my granddaughter superstar used to say, no, granddad, look at our trucks. Because we normally, if we walk in the night together, like I've said in some of these my videos, the trucks are so colorful. They're all well lit up, the mini buses, the bikes, and all the rest. Apart from that one that I almost hit me when I walked the riverside, just came out of nowhere. So she says, that granddad, look at our trucks. Granddad, look at our power bikes. Look at our, you begin to have a sense of feeling of this is my area, this is my zone. And it's that kind of thing gives you peace of mind, gives you comfort at heart, because you feel like, yes, the earth is the Lord and the fullness hereof, but Bawadonilia, this is my area, nothing they saw. Another thing walking the same route brings to you as an advantage is what I said in the beginning. You begin to develop a sense of community. If I leave my house now, let us say it's an evening walk, I know the new friends I have developed, a new community that is evolving around my walking. As I'm passing, those who know me as well, so, hey, Daddy Pastor, good evening, sir. Those who know me as, oh, Daddy, hey, Baba, how are you, sir? Hey, Baba, how are you, sir? I have people, there are people who sit in front of their business places, some sit in front of their houses. There is a pastor somewhere along the line, he's always in front of his church. I think maybe his house is close by. It's a small church, but we always greet. He doesn't know I'm a pastor. We always greet. It's as if, after some time, it's as if you are looking forward to, the people you always have a sense of a community with. And now, after some time, you also start knowing those who walk, those who run, those who jog on that route. You start developing friendships and relationships and greeting. Oh, what happened? I didn't see you yesterday. What happened? Story and all the rest. You start having new friends, and anything can come out of it. I can remember the story of this happened to a young man, not an older person. He was always walking a particular route, and in that route there was always an old man in front of his house sitting on the porch. He greets this old man and just goes his way. Greets this old man and just goes his way. Then one day, as he was coming through on that his walk, the old man was sitting at the porch, and the old man called him to come back. And as he greeted the man told him to come back. He went to the old man. The old man said, young man, I've noticed that of all the young people that pass this place, you are the only one who greets me. What do you do for a living? The guy said, sir, I don't have any work. I've been looking for a job, but I've not been able to get. He said, what is your qualification? The guy said, you should have a job with this qualification. He said, okay, take this note. He wrote a note for him, not knowing that the old man has a very big salt company, and that's how this brother got this, very, very well-paying job. So you see, there is something about walking the same route meeting people, developing a sense of community, relationships evolve from there. You never can tell what some things will happen. Maybe you even meet a person you will marry on the road and see a lot of young, up-and-coming young men. Some of them jog, some young ladies, they walk and all the rest. Some in groups, some alone. People like me, we walk alone. I'm already I'm already taking, not available, but you get the sense of the drift where I'm trying to put across to you. So in conclusion, if you look at it very well, walking the same route or road every day, actually it's not so much only about the walking, it's also about what it does to you. And you can see some of the things I've explained, that it's not just the exercise or alone. There are so many things that comes around it, which I've explained to you, which is beneficial. So I don't know, when in your own walk, what are the benefits you get if you walk the same route? And if you are the type that varies your routes, it's not wrong. It's not that because I varied the route once and then I almost had an accident and all the rest while walking. That was just the indiscretion of whoever was riding his bike without having lights, no pointers. Maybe that's why he's even riding it and then riding it in the dark and riding it so fast. So, but there's nothing wrong if you vary your route. We can still say again, well, variety is the spice of life, but with the kind of person I am, I prefer order and things structured. I know what to expect, know what to handle. I don't want too many surprises. I like surprises, but I don't want, I don't know how to explain that. That's just me. So if you are the type who varies, why do you vary your movement? What are the advantages you get from varying your route and all the rest? It will also be okay if you share them. There is no one that is the best, whether you follow the same route or you go through another route. So I want to know about your walking experiences. Just share that with us in the community here, and God will help us.